All right, y'alls. All right. Yeah, it looks tight. This is my first time at this place. I just delivered. I'm in Buffalo, New York. I'm about to head out. But first, I got to pull away from this door that I'm in, that I'm backed into, close the trailer doors, and then explore as I go forward. So let me just pull forward first. By the way, this is the Solomon Project, where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. I'm your host, Richard Burns. In the description below, there are links to two brokers that I have used, that anyone else can use. One is Acorns, where it's pretty much set it and forget it. You can have money deposited into your Acorns account from your bank account. You can also have your dividends reinvested into whatever it is that you choose. Most of what's on Acorns are ETFs, exchange traded funds. If you don't know what that is, you can always ask. The other link is to Webull, and Webull, by the way, Acorns as well as Webull will both reward you when you open up the account and you fund it. Just a heads up. Also, you'll find a link to a few channels, one of them being the Professor's channel, Tara Helms, and the other one, the All Bomb Lady, both entrepreneurs. Yes, so if you could please give me just, I don't know, 53 seconds, maybe less, to just close these doors, and I'll be right back. All right, y'alls. Did you count how long it took me to get back? Well, now let's see if I can get out of here. As I said, this is my first time here, so I'm clueless. And just by the looks of it, it doesn't look reassuring at all. No, it doesn't. Getting in here was tight and not cool. Not cool at all. Let's get set up over here. We got to see what we can and what we cannot do. Kind of tight over here. Let's see. See how tight it is over here? It's like mega tight. Yeah. Yo. In places like this, you got to be very careful with overhangs. And what is going on over here? Okay, let me just... I got to make an adjustment here. My apologies. My apologies to all of you. All of you. I don't understand. There's usually... I usually got it together over here, but for some reason, it's not coming together. So let's see what's going on. Let me put this on. Oh. But it's right there for this one. However, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, huh? Yeah, me neither. I don't know what I'm talking about either. Let me put this thing up. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's quickly check the thing. You know the thing. The thing I usually check, which is, yeah, okay. The stream health. Let's go with the stream health. All right, so we're all set. Let's get out of here. So here's something that truckers have to be careful of, more so than cars, right? So with your car, you've got the two corners in the front of your car that you pay a lot of attention to when exiting. Well, we got a little more than that. We got the two corners up front, but we got two corners on the top on the trailer. So height is an issue. When we're making turns, we've got the two corners in the back of the trailer. See how tight it is up in here? Up in here. Now I gotta watch out for this fence in the front, but now I gotta be careful with my trailer in the rear. And it was equally as tight getting to the entrance to deliver, because this is not the same pathway to get to the delivery dock. I had to go to the right at the corner, make a right on that corner, which is tight. I couldn't stay close to the right side so that cars can pass me on the left. No. I had to stay close to the double yellow lines on the left in order for me to make a right. So I had to open up, as we say, so that I can make that right turn, because it's a narrow street and it's a residential street. And if somebody were to park their vehicle near the corner, there was no way I was going to make that turn. No way. Thankfully, the residents understood that and parked far enough away from the corner so that I can make that turn. By the way, can you guys hear me? I hope you can hear me. Yeah, the stream health is nice. This is Buffalo, New York, y'all. This is like some kind of industrial area. At least this portion is. Check it out. Ever been here? Buffalo, New York. I think this is the territory of the Seneca. No, this isn't my turn. The Seneca tribe. The real Americans. Funky. Let's see. Halal Kebab House. That's the spot over here on the corner. Halal. Yep, it's the Seneca Indians. Those are the original. Part of the Iroquois Confederacy. Those those are the ones that need to be kicking people out. Yeah, those guys. Those are the guys that should be asking people for documentation and deciding who gets to stay and who gets to go. Somehow we got it all backwards up in here. We got it all types of backwards. We're going to hop on I-190 because we got to go further north. Niagara Falls is further north, and that's where we're headed. We got to head to Niagara Falls because we gotta switch trailers with another driver. I suspect they're gonna give me another reefer trailer. I gotta make sure you guys can hear me. I don't even. Can you hears me? Let me see. Yep, it's confirmed. The audio's good. It's confirmed. Tarantino Foods I see over here. Looks like a produce warehouse. Got a big old strawberry on the sign. All right, guys, we're headed to Niagara Falls. We're on I-190. We're going to connect with I-290. And head on up. It's a dreary day. I'm curious to know how these Seneca used to survive the winters over here. Buffalo has tremendous snowfall every year. I had checked one time to see what the average snowfall is out here in Buffalo. 12 feet on average per year. 12 feet? What? That's redonkulous.
Put down phone.
Here we go again with that AI. That funky AI. I don't know how I can detect this microphone. This microphone. It's a square. I showed it. It's a square. Oh. That stream health took a hit for a hot second. Yeah, this AI is funky. So it's basically classifying my microphone as a phone. What the heck? Man. And there are times when I have nothing in my hand. I just got my hand on my lap. And it gives me the same warning. Put down your phone. It's no phone. My hand looks like a phone too? What the heck? What kind of fruit flavoring is going on up in here? Funky! Pure funk, y'alls. Yep, Buffalo. This is not the capital of New York. Ooh, a stadium. Home of the Bisons. There it is. Baseball field. Yeah, this is not the capital for those. Oh, look at these projects over here, toward the left. It's like a medium-sized project. How many buildings are clustered right there? Looks like about five buildings clustered. No, so the capital of New York is Albany. That's toward the east. Not sure how many miles. 380 miles, maybe. 389 miles. 389 miles. 12 feet and 3 inches. Yeah, that's where Albany is. Don't believe the hype. I'm not sure how far it is. Uh-oh. Buffalo police. There you go. Paying attention. That car in front of the police was paying attention to their mirrors. Sometimes people like to ride on that left lane and drive at the same speed as the center lane, which you should not be doing. That left lane is for passing. It's not for cruising. If you cruise in the center lane or the right lane. The right lane is for driving slower than the center lane. So if you're below the speed limit and you got vehicles on the right lane passing you on the right, that's your cue right there to go from the center lane to the right lane when you get an opportunity, because you are in the way. This bridge right here, can you see this bridge? That bridge takes you right into Canada. Everything to the left over there is Canada. This is not the part, although the currents are pretty strong. Let me tell you. The currents are very strong. I don't know if this part of the river is headed in the direct, although it's flowing. I'm driving north. This thing is flowing north. It looks like. See, I don't know. If you like to go fishing or boating out here, you need to know where you're at. Because as you approach the falls, that current gets super strong and it gets to the point where you can't turn back. So you'll be going over. You can kiss your assets goodbye. And there's a crazy story about this one individual that went over the falls without anything. No protection whatsoever. Just his body. Went over the falls, survived. And after that happening, let me tell you, so look, if that were to ever happen, that should be proof that there is a God. And just leave it at that. But no, this person went back to the falls and attempted to do it again. Yeah, God was busy at that time. God was busy. I don't know how long it took to find his body. His body was tore up from the floor up. Because at the bottom of the falls, it's all rocky. And then you got all that water pounding on top of you. Yeah, I don't understand that move right there. Got these piers over here for these smaller boats. So must be safe to pull out of here, this area. Yeah. Looking right at Canada. I'm looking right at... I just got to look to the left, and that's Canada. So close. Another country. Back in the day, when I crossed into Canada, all I needed was a driver's license. That's it. I didn't need a passport. Now they're asking for a passport. With all the friction going on between the U.S. government, Canada, and Mexico. Well, with Mexico, yeah, you need a passport, but now, yeah, now Canada wants a passport. Yup. They're done with it. Done with it. Yeah, the waters look rough. Well, it's very windy also. When it's very windy, the water does get rough on the surface. It gets really choppy. It's really choppy. All part of Lake Erie. I'm wiping you guys down again. Apologies for wiping you down. Wipe me up. I'll wipe you up. Yeah, looking all industrial around here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to this little truck stop, park over there, and wait for the other driver to show up. And so we're about to hop on 290. We're getting off 190, and we're gonna hop on 290 north. You saw one bridge. There's another crossing into Canada. Canada. Yeah, look at that tower. Yeah, that stream health is powerful. So Trump was out there in South Korea at a conference with leaders from all throughout Asia. And it wasn't a good look for Trump. The visual said, if you had to interpret what it looked like they thought Xi Jinping was far more cool than Trump. Leaders weren't trying to get close to Trump. But with she, psh, people were chilling with she. They were hanging out like they were cool with each other. What it comes down to is that, what the heck? I'm looking at my GPS. It's giving me some old crazy information right here. Yeah, that doesn't even look close to where I'm supposed to be going. I got time. I can explore. We're gonna take a slight detour from where I'm accustomed to going. Why is it? Lord have mercy. I'm 14 miles away and it's asking me to exit here? Are you serious? Well, this is gonna be my first time going this way. It's gonna be us. It's gonna be us. It's gonna be we. We are going to take this detour together. Thanks for sharing this journey with me. I should be staying over here on 290 and getting off exit 23. But it's got me going this way. But we're empty. We're not in a hurry. We got time. Let's do it. Shimon. Let's see what kind of adventure this thing is taking me on. Let's go. Take those turns, getting off those exits. I'm gonna make sure that those tandems in the trailer in the rear are not going over curbs, tearing down bushes, trees, traffic signals, signs. Yeah. Right is allowed on red here, but it's not allowed on red in New York City. There's no right on red in New York City unless there's a sign posted that says after you come to a stop, you could turn right. And if you do have to come to a stop, do yourself a favor. Give yourself a 3 count before you go. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Before you go. Because there could be a cop caked up somewhere in some bushes just waiting for somebody to yield instead of stopping. If you give yourself a 3 count, they'll be less likely to spring out of the bushes and try to snatch you up. Man, this is crazy. Local traffic for 12 miles? All good though. We're experimenting. We're Tonawanda Dance Arts. Okay. Yeah. Did you see how that truck made that right turn? Right turn for them. It had to open up in order to make that turn. All good. 30-mile-per-hour speed limit over here. Gateway Harbor Center. All good. Nice. Look at this truck on the left. Huh. That's where the docks are. So you got to back into the docks off the street. That's always a delight. When you got to back into docks on the street, from the street, you definitely want to make sure that you are maneuvering when there's the least amount of traffic. Because all too often, cars don't give you a break. Look at this. See this? You got to be careful here. You see this? This arc. Got to be careful with this stuff. If you get too close to the right, you might scrape your trailer, the top right corner of your trailer. But it was tall enough, because if it wasn't tall enough, there would be height signs. There'd be signs telling you what the height is. Plaza Pizzeria on Main, yeah. Oh, here's a business that went out of business. Gone. Probably a restaurant. Here we go. This thing says truck route. Am I supposed to? I don't know, because my GPS ain't really sending me up that way. That's what it says. It says truck route that way, so I don't know. Guys, should I go or what? Should I go that way? Who that is? Candy K! Hey! All day and every day, Candy K. Yes, Candy. Definitely gonna be safe. Traveling grace. Definitely. The Lord is always with me, Candy K. Believe it. Believe it. It's saying truck route toward the. You know what? I'm gonna keep left, because that's what it says. It says truck route toward the left. Let's obey the signs. Let's obey the signs. Well, the GPS didn't glitch out, so I took the correct path then, apparently. Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely the right direction. Excuse me. Buffalo, New York, y'all. Tops Supermarket toward the left. Yeah, I used to deliver to Tops Supermarket, but the Tops I used to deliver to was to near the New York City area, or not too far from it, just north of the New York City area, near Sing Sing. Do you guys know what Sing Sing is? Sing Sing was a prison, a notorious prison. The term sending somebody up the river came from people that were convicted and sent to Sing Sing, because it was north of New York City, right up the Hudson River. Sing Sing is along the Hudson River. Yeah. Sing Sing had the honor of being one of those prisons that performed many executions. Yep. So if anybody says that somebody got sent up the river, that means they were convicted and they were on their way to prison. Go figure. That's the worst, when you got to come out of a parking spot and make a left, because you got to make sure that traffic is clear from two sides, not just one. And sometimes if you want to come out of a parking spot and you want to go left, sometimes you're better off just making a right and going around a block so that you can get to a traffic light. You're better off getting to a traffic light in order to make that left. North Truck 429. Yeah, we ain't getting on 429. What is that? Smith Boys? Look at all the boats on the left. So it's safe to launch out here, I guess. Or they just sell the boats over here. They sell you the boat here, you get on that water and they say, "So long, sucker. You're about to head toward the falls." No, I don't think they do that. I'm guessing I'm out of Buffalo now. Don't know what town this is, but here we go. How's the market doing, guys? Do you guys even pay attention to that stuff? Are you guys invested? No? Yes? The people who are doing best right now, are people who invest in the market. Those are people who are doing best. That's 10% of the population. 10% of the population have how much? Yeah, 10% own 90% of the stocks. They're doing well. That's why I encourage people to get involved. That's why I encourage people to participate. Participate in the market, as they would say in New England. In the market. In the market. Yep, New Englanders. The market. Let's go meet up in a bar. Well, what? At the bar. What are you, a sheep? What do you mean bar? Let's go for a drive in my car. Man, that's serious. That is serious. You'll catch people in Rhode Island. Even though Connecticut is part of New England, New York is not. Even though Connecticut is part of New England, you will very rarely encounter someone who has that accent. Very rarely. If they're in Connecticut talking like that, they probably migrated from Rhode Island. In Rhode Island, you'll definitely hear it. Massachusetts, eastern Massachusetts, you'll hear it. Not so much western Massachusetts. I don't remember anyone in western Massachusetts with that kind of accent. Vermont, you'll hear it. New Hampshire, you'll hear it. I'm trying to remember if I heard it in Maine. I don't remember. Well, then again, I didn't talk to too many people in Maine. Maine. Let me tell you about Maine, okay? There was a series of deliveries I used to make in Maine that were all up along the border of Canada. There was this one spot I went to, I had to lay over in. So the truck and the trailer, well, the trailer was left at the distribution center, so I used the truck as my personal vehicle. And I walked into a restaurant and it was like a movie. Let me tell you, I walked in there and it's like in the movies when somebody walks in and the DJ just stops the music, the needle scratches on the record and the music just stops and everybody just stares. That's what it was like. And it was due to my skin color. By the way, Maine is the whitest state in the United States. And in that area, having somebody with my complexion walk into an establishment like that, I guess, is a rare event. Pretty wild. They settled down, though. Everybody... That was super funny. Super duper. Why is this thing telling me to make a right when I can continue going straight? Why? Oh, it's sending me to an expressway. Okay, let's go. Yeah, no, so they everybody settled down and everybody went on about their business. No worries. They got over it. There was another spot, and that was that on Route 1? It might have been on Route 1. There was another spot in Maine, exit 180 off of 95. 180? Yeah, I think it was 180. There's a well-known truck stop. And I went inside the restaurant to get something to eat. And there was this one guy who kept staring me down for the longest of time. Just staring me down. And then mumbling something. I couldn't hear anything he was saying. And he may not have intended for me to hear what he was saying. He may not have intended for me to hear what he was saying. But the vibe wasn't a positive vibe, I'll tell you that much. It was not a positive vibe. It was creepy. It was creepy. It was... yeah. It was uncomfortable. I got this vibe like he had some kind of intention of instigating something with me. Like he wanted to fight or something. That was the feeling. Well, that was my interpretation. I don't know. I chose to pay more attention to my chowder. Yeah, that's how they say it in New England. Chowder. I had some New England chowder. New England clam chowder. Yeah, I was all set. I didn't want no trouble. Oh, man. 12 feet? Where? Did you see that sign? 12. See, that caught my attention instantly. Now, somebody in a car who's never driven a truck before, that sign wouldn't faze them. No commercial vehicles. New York State Park, American Falls. Yeah. So no commercial vehicles. Right there where it says Niagara Scenic Parkway, New York State Park. Whoa. Okay, so in 3/4 of a mile ahead, 12 foot clearance. I need a minimum of 13.6. And I gotta go north on 190 again. I was just on 190. Why did... Yeah, I don't know about this GPS. I don't know why it took me off 290. On 290, I'm familiar with this route. On 290, I just get off exit 23 and I'm good to go. But for some reason, GPS thought it was better for me to get off, go through local streets and do all this other stuff. See, exit 23. This is exit 22. That was crazy. I could have just come directly. Man, listen. Sometimes the GPS, maybe to save me from traveling an extra 3 feet, this is the shortest route instead of... Oh my goodness. It had to be so precise. Okay, here's somebody that wants to get in. Okay, the person on the right over here is supposed to be speeding up. Supposed to be speeding up just like they did. The on-ramp to a highway is also known as an acceleration ramp. You're supposed to accelerate to the speed of the lane that you're getting onto. So if cars are doing 65 on the right lane, you're supposed to be accelerating so that you match the speed, and then you adjust accordingly. I'm doing 53 in a 65, so that's what it was supposed to speed up. Here it is. Y'alls. It's coming up, y'alls. Falls. Yeah, this is Niagara Falls. Are we glitching? Why are we glitching? Oh, the stream health went down. That's why. What's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. There should be plenty of towers out here. Our stream health should be higher than this. Tell me. Why? What's wrong? I got plenty of time left. I got 2 hours and 58 minutes of drive time. So that little scenic route didn't hurt me none. But let's go, y'alls. The nice thing about this truck stop is that there's a Aldi supermarket right next door, and I got a refrigerator, so I can get some provisions instead of spending a fortune on food. I can save a little something, something. The previous truck that I had did not have a working refrigerator. That was disappointing. That was disappointing. There was no saving something, something on that previous truck. All good though. All good. We got the working. I gotta switch into another truck eventually because the right, the passenger side of my bumper is being held up by rubber bands. So it's got to get repaired at some point. It's not too bad. You got to look pretty hard, but you can tell. There it is on the left, y'alls. There it is on the left. What's the name of this? Quicklies. Quicklies, and there's Aldi. There's a Wendy on the right, across the street. Thankfully that it's not a dangerous street to cross. Let's make this here left. This is crazy. You make this left and you see the sign, no truck parking, violators will be towed at owner's expense. Man, that would make any trucker nervous if this is their first time, but it's not. That sign is for the property here on the right. Trucks park over here on the left. Oh, we got us a nice spot. We got us a nice spot. Let's go. We got a good spot. Come on, y'alls. I'm going to try to set it up so I do a straight back. If I can. It's not going to be a straight back, but close enough. Close enough. There it is. There it is. Putting my hazards on as I'm backing up, just in case somebody tries to creep up behind me. Because while there's a bend between the tractor and the trailer, you won't be able to see anybody on the passenger side. And sometimes people get courageous and like to creep up. Oh, look at this. It's beautiful. This is so beautiful. The way I'm parking right now is so beautiful. When you back your truck into a spot, and this is how you can tell if the driver is experienced or not. When you're in front of the truck, the experienced drivers, the well-trained drivers, will park closer to the line of the driver's side than the passenger side. And if every truck does that, if every truck parks the same way, the gap in between trucks will be pretty much the same. But let's say you get a truck that parks close to the passenger side line, and then one spot over to the right, one spot over in the direction of the passenger side, they park closer to the driver's side, that gap will be narrower, and it could prove to be a problem. It can prove to be a problem if somebody wanted to back into that space. At some point in time, I'll do a short so that I can illustrate what I'm talking about. That's how you know who's got experience and who doesn't. The ones with less experience or less training, those are the truck drivers that park closer to the, or don't even care. They'll park closer to the passenger side. But yeah, just wait for the short. I'll show you guys. Anyway, we have arrived. We're feeling beautiful. I'm going to go take a nap because I started at, what, 4 in the morning I started? Yeah, 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning, and it's almost 11 now. So I'm going to take a nap. Folks, stay fresh. Keep it profitable. And I hope you guys are well. Prayers for our brethren in the Caribbean. Haiti, Jamaica, Cuba. They got hammered. Once again, stay fresh.